Hey guys, welcome back. We're looking at XRP. Hopefully you guys watched my last video because that was the video you needed to watch to know exactly what happened. We talked about how Bitcoin needed to hit 60k, which meant there was further decline for XRP. And we talked about hitting this accumulation zone coming in at around the $1 to 1.1, in which it did. You can see by these two wicks, we saw XRP spike up over 19%, and we gave the next target of if you wanted to buy, if you wanted to go long on 1.1, perfectly fine. One of the targets you want to set is this 38.2, which is 1.4167, and that's exactly what happened. We saw it go up to that level. Now there's still a lot more to be decided for XRP and for crypto in general. Firstly, we need to know whether or not it's actually the bottom out of Bitcoin and it's the reversal. Yes, we're seeing a green day, but this could just be something of a recovery, but instantly go into dump because people are trying to buy and save Bitcoin. Now, that isn't to say that it's going to be the thing, but it is a possibility you have to bear in mind. For XRP, if we talk about just looking at XRP, what we want to see is it closing above this 1.4167, the negative 38.2 Fibonacci. We've seen how it's come into relevance. We need to know how it's being used. So that's the first level it needs to close. Secondly, there has been crazy accumulation or at least resistance and volume at this kind of 1.5-ish level. And so another area we want to see XRP end and close above is the 1.5. Now, this is a level we've mentioned before in the past. We talked about how you can see on this particular candle and then this candle as well, how 1.5 was contested and instantly brought back up. And just before we saw this 19% red candle, we talked about how if 1.5 was broken, we could see a flush, and that's exactly what happened. And so we just now need to build a new layer of foundation at this 1.5 level, but that requires for the price to obviously go to 1.5 and actually hold and close above it. And so that's what we want to look at for the short term, the 1.4167 level, the 1.5 level, and that will be what's needed to stabilize XRP. Remember, this isn't the level that would be required to allow XRP to shoot up and go to the moon. That is something that we have to talk about in the future. But the level for XRP to stabilize and really further strengthen our confidence and obviously build up our positions would be the 1.5 level. Now, noted, if we do break and close below this 38.2, because we are seeing some sort of selling happening right now, remember there is still this chance of going to 1.11 again. Ultimately, the 1 price level hasn't been tapped, and so that's obviously very good, but it still leaves that possibility on the table. Just like I said earlier, it depends on whether or not Bitcoin has bottomed out. If Bitcoin has bottomed out, then we are, of course, looking at a very good position. And so the lowest we could really see is XRP going back up to this 1.1, going back down to this 1.1 to 1. But if Bitcoin hasn't bottomed out and it will continue falling, then we could easily be looking at XRP going below this $1, but it will still obviously touch that $1 area. And so that's what we have to bear in mind. And now, just like we've said with the last video, you know, what's going on with XRP right now is extremely textbook. It's kind of textbook with all of the crypto. You can look at my past videos and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. What we want to watch out now for the short term in terms of XRP is, are we holding on to this 38.2 Fibonacci? If not, you may want to look at a short towards this 1.1 level. But if we are, you can still think about the accumulation. But ultimately, this 1.5 is seemingly very important for XRP. As always, none of this is financial advice, and I'll catch you guys next time.